Hi friends, welcome to DeFrost Seattle. We are here on DeFrost Seattle, warming up relationships and talking about today friendships, best friends, true friends. So I'm here, Margaret Elizabeth, with
Rafael Rodriguez
and Patrick Baker. And let me tell you a little bit about Patrick. He's our guest today, and welcome to the show, Patrick.
Thank you.
Patrick, you guys, is one of my best friends. He is such a loyal friend, you guys. What's so great about Patrick is he is always there for me. He's the kind of friend who, no matter what is happening, he will drop everything to help me. He always is the first person I think to call when something's going great or something's going terrible, or no matter what's happening, he's always there to support me. And there's been this ongoing joke since our launch party that everybody needs a Patrick. It's been kind of a little joke that we've been playing with. And the point is, you guys, is that everybody does deserve a Patrick. Everybody deserves a friend who will just do like anything for you and just exhibits, dedication to friendship. So today we want to talk a little bit about this friendship. So Patrick, tell us a little bit about what friendship means to you.
Well, I'll start by saying I grew up in a military family, so I don't have any lifelong friends. That's one of the downsides of growing up in a military family and moving a lot. So I don't even keep in touch with anybody from high school since that was on the East Coast. But if I went back to that area, I know that I could look somebody up, and I'm sure we could get together for a beer or something and pick up where time's left off. But I have a handful of really close friends, and it's really important to me to stay in touch with them on a regular basis. So I'll call them every week or every other week, and some of my friends are spread out. I've got a friend that lives in LA, and I've got a friend that lives in Tumwater, Olympia area, one of them that lives in Fife, one of them that lives up on the Sammamish Plateau. So we're spread out a little bit, and it's not always easy to get together. We always do enjoy our time when we get together, and it's as if there was never a gap in our friendship. But it's really important to me to hang on to those close friends because we've been there for each other, in thick and thin times. When somebody has an issue or struggling or they feel bad, they need a friend to cheer them up. And, if they need help with something, sometimes that's moving. That's not my favorite thing to do, but I'll do it. I'll help a friend move. And it's whatever you need to do to help a friend. That's what friendship is, when you trust each other and you're there for each other.
Wow, that's so awesome, you guys. Some people don't understand the real definition of friends. And you guys, some friends come into our life for a season, some come in for a year, some come in, for a lifetime. And I think it's important for us in Seattle, especially if we want to ditch the Seattle freeze term, we really want to be open to new friends. New friendship is being open to someone who might be some addition to your friend group, and keeping the old friends as well. I always have room for new friends, you guys. And so I'm so glad you're watching today. And I know, Raphael, you have some ideas on different types of friends as well.
Yeah, because you have like a whole spectrum of like relationships that you have with people, like, and not saying romantic relationships, more like in the friendship like range. You can have an acquaintance friend that is like someone that you barely know their name, their face, and you like to be around them. You can have like small conversations that don't have a lot of consequences. And then you have above that, you could have like some convenience friends that, for instance, like that person that you carpool with or your roommate, like you have something in common with them, but once that disappears, for instance, like you're not carpooling with them anymore, or you're not roommates anymore, that kind of disappears. You can have like your activity friends, for instance, like the people that play soccer with you, play basketball, your gym buddies. So like your friends in that context, like you're part of a team or something. You could have, other than that, maybe like who are like your good friends. So like, and then you have like people that are getting like closer to you, but they're like in between, like acquaintance and a close friend. And then you have like a close friend, like you have a group of people that you trust more, that you invite, that you have like in more intimate environments. Like if you were going to host a dinner for 5 people, like you're not going to invite your acquaintances from the subway.
Right. Yeah.
You're inviting like your closer group of friends. And then like you have like that very select few people that you trust a lot, that you do a lot for, that would be like your best friends. So those are in your like inner circle of trust.
Sure.
And I would put like above everything else. I would say like you would have your lifelong friends, but they don't necessarily need to come from your childhood.
Right.
It's like
right.
as there are friendships that we have had for so long that you can spend like months without having contact with those people, that you just pick it up from where you left, and it feels like you have been there the whole time. So like those friendships, like they transcended into a level of, okay, nothing will destroy this friendship, like it will last forever. And then it's people that you carry with you for your whole life. So I think like there's like this whole spectrum.
Whole spectrum of levels of friends.
Yes.
Yeah, from casual acquaintances all the way up to lifelong friends that you know, it doesn't seem like how much time goes by, you still feel like you pick up right where you left off. Have you guys experienced this, where you haven't talked to them for years, you speak to them and it feels like it was yesterday? It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people they just have space in your heart and they just are always there with you. And I think that's a beautiful thing. There's always different types of relationships that we have. And what's important, I think, is just being open to the process, open to whether someone's going to be a casual acquaintance or if someone's going to become a very close friend to you. You don't know who this person could become. You know, Patrick and I met online dating in 2020, the middle of the worst part of the pandemic, where we had like the smoke was in the air. It just felt like Armageddon at this point. And here comes this super fun, smiley person into my life who just, even though we didn't have a romantic connection, we had this amazing friendship that blossomed. I mean, he came with his plant and just super kind, offering me this plant on our first date. And I kept the plant for months. It was just awesome. And it just reminded me of his kindness and just such a great, sincere person that I knew I wanted this person in my life because he just has a heart of gold. So just an amazing human being. And you guys, you just got to be open to the process. You never know when life is going to show you an amazing person to add to your collection. And I always think of friends as a collection. Just like people collect magnets for their refrigerator, I collect friends. And I think that just we all need to be a little more open in Seattle to new people, new possibilities of how we could meet new people. So I'm so glad that we could talk about friendship today. I'm hoping that you guys will be open to, introducing new friends into your life in the future. We have some great events coming up where you can connect and make new friends. We've got, here in Woodinville, we're going to be offering Blind Wine Alley, which is a blind wine tasting. It gives you an opportunity to do competitive wine tasting and also to meet some new friends. So please join us for some of these fun events. We are going to be doing Dancing with the First Responders, which is a competition dance show and a dance that you get to dance with the first responders, which is going to be really fun. Raphael will be there as well. It's going to be a good night. That's October 1st. Mark your calendars. And is there anything else you'd like to add about what friendship means to you?
Well, I think it's easiest to make new friends through a common interest, something that you both share, or if you want to learn about something that somebody else is already an expert in, maybe they can teach you, and that also helps form the bond. But I think ultimately, not only the common interest is important, but it comes down to values. And if you have similar values and you trust each other, I think that's what solidifies the closest friendships.
Right. And what is a true friend?
Yeah, no, that's what brings people together, right?
Well, that's what absolutely brings people together. But what would you say is a true friend versus all the other types of friends?
That is a very, very deep question. I mean, a true friend is someone that that you can trust, that that will be there for you and that you will be there for them, and that they actually are there like when things are not so good.
Right, and that is a great point there, because sometimes people are rainy day friends. Some people are there for you only when things are good. And you guys, the best way to find out your true friends, I can tell you the biggest tip: have tragedy in your life. If you have tragedy in your life, it clears the playing field. You see who's there after the tragedy. And that's actually the silver lining of having something bad happen to you that's traumatic, is that when people are still there for you, even in the worst of times, that's how you know true friends.
Yeah. Well, I don't wish tragedy in the lives of anyone.
No, we don't want bad things to happen to you.
Yes.
But this is the silver lining of tragedy, is you will learn. Sometimes you never learn. If life is just good, you may not know who is faking it and who is really there for you. And have you ever had this experience?
I think COVID was also a big test of friendships too. Those who chose to stay in touch. It was difficult to get together with anyone. So those who continued to stay in touch, and you can almost reminisce about the old times and laugh about the old times, or talk about future plans. I think though that it was really difficult on our society to be locked down and not be able to go out and do things. So some of those friendships maybe have faded a bit, and hopefully, that they'll regain momentum as we're pretty much open now.
Right.
But we discovered who would share their extra toilet paper with us.
Your true friend would have given you a roll, a full roll. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, I hope this has shed some light on what is true friendship. Give you some tips of how to determine who is a true friend. Friend is there for you in the good times and the bad times, to share in everything that happens in life. And friends are essential. I really think that human connection, relationships, and coming together is essential. And that's why DeFrost Seattle was born, and that is to bring people together. So hopefully we will see you at our next events. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Have a great evening.
See you next time.